All right. Sean and Jorge, thank you. I'd like to make sure I think I know who people are, but sometimes you get them mixed up when they're in these tables or just rotating. So
we age every year.
Just look safer to know who's who.
Not aged in like a good 7 years. There's definitely like a portrait that is aging somewhere.
I go get my hair cut, and then like my guy just laughs. It's like finding more gray hair or something.
At least like we found the third one.
Right.
I know.
At least there's something to find there. All right, Sean. Right off the bat, did you do an editorial power grab with your position in the company to get this writing done?
What writing job?
You're not writing for I thought you were.
No.
Oh, okay.
Oh, Daniel's still writing.
Oh, okay. I thought you were. See your name again. Yeah. Somebody said you were taking over after he leaves.
That sounds like a joke. Yeah, definitely not. No, I am too busy to write. And there are far more talented people than me that can write transformers. That's what you know. Yeah. Jorge.
I did kill some people, to get this. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, there was a power grab there, yeah, for sure.
You have photos of Daniel. You're like,
yeah. I was like, you get one more, and I'm in. So No. I was the victim that had to come after him and tried my best to not disappoint. So yeah,
I'm being amazed at everyone.
No, I'm glad that it's working out. I'm very much.
Daniel's storytelling aesthetic is so big and bombastic. He has Transformers doing wrestling moves and stuff like that. Have there been any moments when you've gotten a script from him and been like, dude, how am I supposed to draw that?
Oh, well, no. So even like before, so we talked a little bit before he came in and did issue 7, and then I told him, it's like, I know wrestling moves. I've seen them. Like, they're in the book already. Hold my hand, because like, if you're gonna make me do like some wrestling moves, it's like, please hold my hand through the process. And no, he's been really nice. Even like, so I think it was with the pile driver. I think like he just sent me a sketch, and it's like kind of looks like him, like this. And I was just went in YouTube and just like watched like 1,000 videos and make sure that I got it right. So no, he's been really nice when it comes to that.
Does he send you videos?
No, those I look. He sends me this. Listen, he knows how to draw, so he just sends me like it's just a sketch, and I was like, can I just like
yeah. Daniel in his scripts will say like for specific images, be like, hey, here's what I'm thinking. But do what you want, and they're just like, oh yeah, no, that's the bit.
That's the headline right there. Daniel Warren Johnson. He knows how to draw.
Yes.
Going places.
Yeah. I don't know if you've seen the script to 18 yet, but he has maybe his craziest thing.
No, but like Ben has told me that it's like, oh, wait until you get that one. Yeah. I've heard what's to come. But no, it's been really good, and someone told me earlier during the show, it was like, so do you usually just work with writers that know how to draw? And I was like, no, that's just where I felt. And it's like, it's intimidating, but it helps that you have someone who understands kind of like the visual aspect as well. So it's easy to kind of like bounce ideas and talk to them through the process. So like, it's been really good.
Great.
Yeah.
What's your biggest challenge of drawing, the Transformers?
Challenge-wise, I don't know. I thought it was going to be just like the fact that I was drawing robots for like, full issues and like just like interacting and emoting and stuff like that. But it's been actually pretty easy to fall into it. Everyone told me that it's like, oh, you're going to be drawing robots, you're going to hate it. I was like, no, I don't have to think about anatomy. I don't have to think about a deltoid, a bicep, a tricep. It's like, it's just box. It's like, I'm good at this. It's like, it's really nice. And I was saying a little bit earlier, it's like Daniel already had the foundation in the first 6 issues that he was already playing enough with the shapes that like my style is not as obviously Daniel's style is more extreme than mine, but like I knew that door was already open, so I was like, oh, I can twist shapes, I can exaggerate, I can like bend, and I knew kind of like what that range was going to be. So it's been really fun kind of like finding that balance, so it's not just stiff boxes kind of like walking around. Yeah.
I really enjoy the expressiveness you bring out, especially
thank you.
Like, it's not like the petulance of Starscream. Like, it's just a fun character that's just such a good
Yeah, no, thank you. I appreciate it.
Yeah, you bring emotion to the faces. Really.
Oh, thank you. Yeah,
Shockwave has no.
but yeah, I just kind of like just go like, but no, it's fun. It's fun to figure out kind of like what the shape language and the body language has to be to emote when you're just made out of triangles. Like it's fun. I like that challenge.
Is it more difficult to draw somebody with the face like Optimus? Because he constantly wears it.
No, absolutely. No, for some reason, the ones that I think have been a little bit of like, oh, it took me a little bit to kind of like get comfortable with, were the ones that were more organic. For some reason, because I still have to make them feel like, you know, these are robots and stuff like that, but they have some organic shapes and curves and stuff like that sometimes like the logic is like it works in a 3D object, but in my head trying to represent that in 2D is like, oh, where's this attached to? It's like, you know, kind of. So like I remember like issue 7 when Cup shows up, and I was like, this guy is insane. Like he has so many curves and like and layers and like levels and yeah, surfaces that I was like trying to track all of that. It was a little bit more complicated than just drawing, you know, just like a very straightforward kind of like geometrical shape. So yeah,
Those season 3 characters.
Oh.
I mean, they are completely different designs.
Yes,
and
yeah,
abilities, so
Mhm.
yeah, it makes more sense.
Yeah, with RC and Elita, just because again Elita's helmet is insane, and yeah, it's like it works in the front view, and the side view is like, okay, so how does this look that it doesn't look just like whoop? And it's like, so it's I don't know, it's fun. I my background is in graphic design, so like working with shapes is always fun. Trying to figure out that it's what I like. Yeah.
You're saying the toys is complex.
Sometimes I don't, obviously I don't have access to all of them, but like I look especially when I was starting, I was like doing you know, scenes with transformation, like when they were like in the middle of just like the transformation sequence and stuff like that. I would either see the toys, see kind of like how they move, or like just go back to the show, which the show was like its own kind of magic. So like sometimes it made no like logical sense, but like kind of to get familiar with the motion of the characters as they transform. So like that's when I look at toys to see, oh, what bends, what goes this way, what goes that way, and then try to bring that into. And then sometimes I'm just making it up because it looks fun. it looks cooler some other way. Yeah,
That's what Dan added to the book in the first arc. It's like it looked when they were transforming. It was like you're on like step 17,
Yes.
25.
Yeah.
You're like, wait, what are the next couple? How do I get this? And, like, his head's up, it's kind of in the vehicle, his arms are a little askew, and you're like,
yep.
Then you realize you did the wrong move, and
yeah, I mean, I get it now, but they hand me a transformer, and I'm like, I went online to watch videos.
That's what I did with masterpieces. Like, oh, like, I remember making a joke like, I wish I could pay somebody to come transform this for me because I'm at that age where you can't even see the fingers.
It's gonna be every 5 minutes before the kid wants to go back to the other one.
I would love to see a transformer in a book, like forget a step and like
Topless front.
yeah, it's like yeah, 5 in my head.
What's your history with Transformers?
Oh, so I started with Beast Wars actually. So like that was like kind of like my introduction to it. Obviously I had the toys, but like the story itself, it was I think when Beast Wars was coming out, that was when I started getting involved with, or not involved, but like interested in it. It's like, oh, the dynamics here are like way more complex than just kind of like just your regular like, you know, good guy bad guy kind of situation. So that's when I started falling in love with the whole mythos behind Transformers, and since then I kind of went back, and then I did Generation 1 and, you know, everything that kind of like came after. And yeah, I mean I'm a sucker for iterations, so like I try to, you know, I'm not necessarily like want to be married to, it's like this is the one, and I'm not gonna follow anything else. So like I love just kind of like how this becomes, you know, a renewable story, like, and then, you know, you can tell it differently, you can tell it, you know, with different designs, different approaches, different tones, and I just kind of like fell in love with it after that.
Yeah, Beast Wars was definitely my first, you know, go with the Transformers 2. I never saw it before then. Thanks for making me feel super old.
Thanks for making me super old. I remember watching the original.
Yeah, no, I'm way too young for that. Way too young for that.
It is a dividing line. I mean, I remember I was, but I never got into Beast Wars. I know some people were like, that's when I kind of left, and that wasn't my thing. And some people, but you know,
Yeah.
that's cool.
love.
Oh, Bees Machines. So again, the look of it. Again, I'm a visual guy, so like the look of it was really interesting to me, especially coming from Beast Wars. Like, so I was like, what is this? Like, like the textures are different, and like it was, and I don't know, it was with the progression of also CGI and then animation in that. Yeah, but it was interesting to look at. So like again, I'm a sucker for that kind of thing. So.
Sean, Robert Kirkman and Daniel Warren Johnson, very envelope pushing writers. Obviously, these are licensed properties. How much of your job is steering the ship versus holding on for the ride?
Well, now we've hired Ben Abernathy, who's the executive editor who oversees everything, so he gets to do the dirty work. So I get to like come in, read scripts at 2 cents, or talk with Josh or Dan or Robert especially. It's a real group effort. Like, we're always looking for the best idea. So Josh and Ben will get together and talk about Joe, and they mapped out like a issue arc, which allows us to go like we can correct along the way, but we have like Robert came in with an image. He's like, I want to work towards this. And we're like, oh, how do we get there? So it's just collaboration. I think I'm pretty good in the story, but it's great to have new voices, new ideas, all the time. So
Cool.
So Larry Hama says he can't afford to retire. Did you get a cut of the Kickstarter?
Yeah, he was public about that. I know he made some statements about how it's been treated, and since I don't like to talk about his financial situation, I feel like we've always taken care of Larry and Larry's concert publicly, and we want to work with Larry. I mean, G.I. Joe, Real American Hero was one of my first periodical comics with the Mike Zeck Snake Eyes. I think it was 52. And yeah, I mean, the fan base has responded. I think that was more than Energon Universe. The reaction to 301 and the sales on that, and just the support around Larry. Like, it's good to put him in the spotlight, and make sure he's financially compensated for that work.
It's fantastic. I've been locked in.
Yeah, I actually went. I went down to NYU because Larry donated his archives there. So we were doing some research on some potential stuff down the line. It was good just to go through and see his process and just all sorts of things from his career. So
That's cool.
Alex Antone manages those books and does a fantastic job.
I have to ask because that was a very successful Kickstarter.
Yeah.
So when are we going to get the Transformers?
I mean, listen, with success, we never, with Kickstarters, we never want to go the same well too frequently. We'll make sure there's new surprises. The Transformers fandom is very different from Real American Hero, but I'd say stay tuned. There's a pretty good chance that that's coming.
Pretty good chance.
Yeah.
And what about the follow-on series, like the stuff that Larry did for IDW?
Yeah, I mean, that's all under discussion. We have another project that we think would work well in the crowdfunding space that we want to tackle. So it's all about, sometimes it takes time to track down the right files or remaster or restore them. But I mean, it's definitely, we do about 3 crowdfunding campaigns a year. So I think we expect one to be Hasbro related. The fulfillment of the Real American Hero will be happening in December. We've gotten copies in the office. They look astounding. And I will say on the direct one, the regular standard version, that's the trade paperback. Yeah. You pick it up.
I
it
was
looks
just about
heavy.
to ask that. That was my question.
No, so that newsprint is something we use on the #1 reprint.
Mm-hmm.
We use the Transformers 1 reprint. And we love, Robert's like,
it's
the best fucking book I've ever written.
It creates a dissonance in my brain when I pick it up, and I think it's supposed to feel like a phone book, and it feels like it's like packing styrofoam. And I'm like, I can't connect it in my brain. It's so crazy.
6, and I picked it up, and I had no clue it was those, and they're so light.
Right.
Is the Kickstarter the same paper?
It's similar. We had different printers. The trade paperbacks are printed domestically, so we're not able to get that surface print overseas. But it's pretty comparable. I think we've all picked up reprint collections from other companies, and they use glossy paper. The colors don't sit right. So from the very beginning, we thought newsprint would allow those old colors to feel more like the original experience.
Yeah, it's amazing.
I know that Taschen has developed this new, they discovered it, but this paper stock for their big books that they do.
Yeah.
And it feels like the newsprint.
Yeah.
But it's not.
Yeah.
Like it's
That's actually, I was talking with a friend of mine, and he specifically brought up the Taschen books. And I was like, I don't have room for those. So I'm not familiar with those papers, but I see them through the window.
Yeah.
books. But
Yeah.
just the paper stock is amazing how it kind of tricks you into thinking this is newsprint.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
it's thicker than newsprint.
And those are, I think all those are they're scans of the printed page.
Those are, the way they do those are photo scans.
Yeah.
But unlike artist editions, who actually scans.
It's like they did the Batman Year One that was
Oh my
the
god.
files, and then they did the one that was like the scan of how it printed.
Yeah.
Yeah, Scott Sears, like artist
Yeah.
editions.
Yeah.
That's
Would make us all go broke.
I know.
I mean,
But we also, we started doing artist editions. We have
Yeah,
Extremity that's fulfilling
Yeah.
this month.
Yeah.
That book looks huge. It looks huge because it is huge, but it looks awesome as well. So
IDW did some artist edition stuff with G.I. Joe Real American Heroes. Any chance we're going to see more of them from Skybound?
potentially, if we can locate the files.
And then also, they used to also team up with Hasbro on like toy comic combos. Any chance of that?
I think there's a pretty good chance of that. I mean, we worked very closely with Hasbro. We were down there this morning to do a press, their press day for the comics, and yeah, we speak with both their Joe and Transformers teams quarterly, and a lot of that's us sharing what we're doing to make sure they're aware, and vice versa. So a good example, we covered Commander, and we knew that they were producing a Nemesis mortal figure. He was coming in, so they were able to give us the designs, and Brandon was able to translate that. And that was the first time that was public, but no one knew that's what the figure would look like. So, yeah, they're not acting as commercials, but they have very talented designers.
Is Hasbro given any indication if they're going to adapt any stories for like the crossover movie?
Oh, that's we focus on comics. Yeah.
It's above your pay grade.
He might be cycling into the sales soon.
Salary